Welcome to episode 28 of YOUx2, where we're on an adventure, getting to know the two of us that are living this human experience, this character that we're playing here and the actor behind this character, a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. Hey everybody, it's your brother Zen, and I'm a wake-up artist. My passion is to help us all remember who we really are and of this amazing, powerful connection we have with the Creator and with the higher realms. In this episode, we're going to continue experiencing the 4 parts of an amazing meditation that I call the I Am Love meditation. That was truly transformational for me, changing my life from one that had a lot of anxiety in it to one that is of peace and love. And the 4 parts of the I Am Love meditation is I am unconditionally loved. I am unconditional love. I unconditionally love the world, and the world is unconditional love. Last episode, we went over the first part. So in this episode, we're going to look into I am unconditional love. In the previous episode, I clarified that this is not the conditional love of the outside world that we're talking about. This is the unconditional love from above. Because that conditional love in the outside world is a very unstable love because of all the things that are used to define it, that long list of things that have to happen in order for us to be lovable and enjoyable of our lives. And those categories, it usually fits into 3. It's either relationships, situations, or things. And example, relationships. So relationships, people change or they pass away. So relationships are unstable. Situations like our jobs, career, education, social status, just situations that we can get into in our life circumstances. Those things are always changing. Those things never stay the same, right? And then the third thing is things, our bodies, our possessions, our bank accounts, and all those things deteriorate, break down, blow up, catch on fire, or are stolen. So can you see how unstable that conditional love is? And I usually call pursuing our self-worth in the outside world and rating our worth based on the outside world retail price, because it is what we are trying to determine what we're worth to other people, and we're taking that on as our self-worth. But its retail price is unstable, like we were talking about with all those other things, because if you're like a parka warm coat in northern Antarctic, during the winter, you're probably marked up in price and heavily sought after because of, all of that supply and demand, right? But if you're that same parka coat and you're like on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, the blue light special lights are going off and you're marked down at special clearance price of 99% off. So the outside world is up and down and unstable for our self-worth. And eventually, we do become disappointed in all that instability and, expectations that are let down in the outside world. And eventually points us back to our own heart, where we turn inward and upward. And that is where we find something that is very stable. The unconditional love of the Creator of all things, of the higher realm. No conditions, not even one. Just takes one condition to make something conditional, right? So, 0 conditions that you can lose it, and nothing you have to do to earn it. It is automatically yours. And it is also eternal. So talk about a stable place to have our self-worth rooted to, because outside is retail price, inside is self-worth, capital S self-worth. And that is what we are made out of. It's what everything is made out of. Now that everything we'll talk about more in part 4 of the I Am Love meditation. So this part 2, is all about us, all about you. realizing that your essence, your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, everything about you at its very core, if you dive deep enough, you find that it is made of the essence of unconditional love. And we come here to this physical plane to experience the opposites of what we are so that we can contrast, like this beautiful tapestry. If it was all white, you wouldn't be able to see the design. If it was all black, you wouldn't be able to see the design. But because there's a shadow, a darker side, we see a beautiful design. We understand it more. We see it more intricately. And that's what we do here. In order to understand unconditional love, we come down here to experience conditional. To experience the joy and happiness of back home, we get to experience sadness, depression, those sad, lower emotions, and understand the peace of the upper realms from back home. We come down here and experience chaos, which obviously we really do. But in order to experience it in its purest form, we veil ourselves from that awareness of how powerful we are, at least in the beginning, because if we realize that we're the supernatural powerful eternal being with nothing to fear, how can we experience fear here? So we have to veil it and forget it for a while and not realize, and be in the daze, for days and days here. And so that we can experience that in its wholeness and its most extreme fears and different emotions that are related to fear. But at some point, most of us choose a time that we wake up in this world when we start to remember who we really are. Some of us do choose not to wake up at all during this experience because we want that fullest experience of total fear the entire lives, right? But don't worry, if you're watching this video, then you are ready to realize the powerful self and begin to wake up more and more to the unconditionally loving being and unconditional love in your heart. When we have ourselves under that long list of conditional love laws, we are constantly judging ourselves and most likely others to understand where we're fitting in the rejectable category, because we are basically fearing that we are going to be unlovable or that we're going to be rejected in some way, either by a human or maybe by a god afterwards. Maybe we fear a painful death or the unknown of what happens. But usually it all comes down to we're feeling the fear of being rejected and unlovable in some way. And so with all these rules that we have, of course, we have a wonderful court that's inside of our head. And there's this prosecutor that is presenting all this evidence to the jury that is a bunch of different versions of ourselves sitting on the jury, whispering things about, oh, I can't believe they did that. I can't believe, what will people think? All these whispers of our fears are shh on the jury, right? And then we, of course, with all this evidence they're presenting all of our failures, and it's all going on before the court. And we have all that fear that's going on, that what's the ultimate judgment going to be? And I just know I'm going to be found unworthy, and I'm going to get convicted of failure, and I'm going to be unlovable, right? And all that's going on until we find that unconditional love in our hearts and from up above. And then it's silly because all of the, rules, there are no rules. It's like the court is all just a little play that they're putting on. And as soon as we become aware of unconditional love, everyone just bursts out laughing. And they're like, you silly, there are no rules. This is all just a game. This is all just play. So now you can relax. And we do. We have this wonderful, wholeness within us, because when you think about it, like if this is a kingdom, when the mother and father of all things, the creator, the king and queen of the entire kingdom loves you unconditionally, You're in their favor. Who cares what anyone else in the kingdom thinks? Because the ones that are the biggest love of all, and the powerful, they love us, and they love us unconditionally. There's nothing that we're going to do to get out of favor with them. So, but not to worry either. In the true kingdom, behind all these characters that are here, like us, are these powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings. And there's angels, and there's guardian angels, and spirit guides, ancestors, and unicorns and fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are on the other side. They're going to love us anyway. And so we don't have anything to fear. We are so loved. We cannot imagine it. And we have everything we need right here inside our own hearts. Continuing from part 1 of the meditation, there we were repeating the I am unconditionally loved as we saw this huge sea of love from above with a waterfall pouring down within us, filling up our heart and beginning to overflow into our bodies. And now, as we move into this next part, we see that energy move out of our bodies and flood out, creating this bubble of love around us as we realize that we are made of this unconditional love. As we did in part 1, you can take out each phrase of the 4 words in the I am unconditional love and put emphasis on each one of the words that brings more power around them as well. I am unconditional love. That's right. You, independently, you see yourself as a drop in a giant sea. And then the Creator reaches down and scoops you out from all the rest. You are seen. You are known. You do not blend into the rest of the world. You are unique and you are special. You came here on purpose by special invitation to share the love essence that you are. And then we move into I am unconditional love. Right here, right now, already, you don't have to do anything to be that like in the future with a long list of things that have to be met in order for you to reach that goal. You are already a perfect mountain. You've just come down here as a human satellite to walk around the mountain that is you, to explore the big you. Then we move on to I am unconditional love. Unconditional. That's right. Not one single condition at all. No matter what we have been taught in the human world, we've had this love since the moment we were created as a soul millenniums ago. And we will have it trillions of years from now. Eternal, never ending, unconditional, perfect love. And then lastly, we go into I am unconditional love. You are cherished. You are adored. You are wanted. You are desired by the Creator. You are sought after by a host of amazing beings of unconditional love and light that want an intimate relationship with your heart. You are loved. And take all that amazing, unconditional love emotion you're feeling and embrace it. That is you. That is what you're made out of. Boom, right? And as we sit in that energy bubble, it grows stronger and stronger and bigger the more often we focus on that unconditional love. And as often as we feel that we're able to. And as we're sitting in that, we can feel that energy transforming our being, our bodies, our particles. Everything is becoming more and more stronger, more transformational into something that is so much more stronger than we've ever been taught to believe as a human. In the next episode, we're going to continue on our journey on these I Am Love meditations into part 3, which is I unconditionally love the world. So we're filling up with this love, and it's moving out, and then it moves out and impacts the world. And it allows us to see the world in a different way, and it allows us to have more peace in the world and how we interact with others as well. In the meantime, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these videos, I also put out weekly energy updates by each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these or those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then also clicking the subscribe button will give you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is a little area that you can select all. And when you do that, you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on the channel, as well as when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. I know I've been going live every single day, and actually twice a day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Actually Saturday 3 times, because I also go on Instagram as well. Just providing free readings. So if you haven't already stopped by to say hi and check it out, I'd love to see you. Also, doing all those things I mentioned helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy and excited it wants to automatically share the videos of my channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I am very, very grateful. Also, the readings I put out are general readings, and if you're looking for more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and my recorded personal readings are actually on a sliding price scale, so you can choose between 3 different prices for each of those type of recorded readings. So you can pick something that's in line with your budget at the time. So you can check all that out in the description box of this video below. All right, all you amazing, beautiful people, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, please know that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. I'm sure we'll be talking very soon. And in the meantime, you guys have a great week coming up. And make sure you take care of yourselves and hang in there. We'll see you soon.